Good night and welcome again to Up to Haystacks with your host, yours truly, O'Reilly Hyde. Thank you for joining us here on WITH News. Compliments to our sponsor for tonight, Automotive Parts, where you can get the same parts somewhere else much cheaper. We are having a really interesting program for you here tonight. We're going to speak about the flooding issue in Barbados. And our question for you tonight is there proper draining or drainage in Barbados? We want you to call in and give your opinion. And later on tonight, we're going to have our guest. He's an African engineer. His name is Fushka Ashole. And he's going to share with us a bit about drainage. Well, tonight we're taking our first caller here. I see the phone blinking. Wonder what this caller is going to say. Must be something interesting. Good night, caller, your life. What's your opinion?
Hello, good night.
Good night.
I'm just calling to, give congratulations and plenty thanks to those 3 firefighters that rescued the lady trapped in the bell on the top of her car. I think that was very, very brave of them.
I do too. We wanna give thanks to those men and women of our fire service and our police service, as well as the ambulance service, who risk their lives every day to help their fellow citizens. Do we have another caller? Yes, we do. Caller, your life. Good night. What's your opinion?
Well, hello.
Good night.
Yes. Well, my take on it is that I think whoever is responsible for cleaning the drains, they need some help because obviously the drains are backed up.
Well, we know.
And, that's all I have to say. Good night. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, caller. Thanks for sharing that. We know that we are a community and we all need to pull our hands together to help each and every one of our neighbors. So don't just leave it up to the government. Sometimes you can step outside your house and do a little bit to help. I'm seeing the phone blinking again. We have another caller. Good night, caller. You're live. What's your opinion?
Good night, yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah, you remember me, man. That's Tony. That's Tony.
Good night, Tony. How are you doing? I remember you from last night.
Yeah, I good, Mr. Hyde. I'm good. Listen, man. It's time that we gotta talk with this country, man. We gotta stop pointing fingers at everybody.
I agree.
The government wants to say the people that are littering, and the people want to say the government ain't doing nothing. All I gotta say is that if we was to stop littering, everything was stopped. All we gotta do is go outside and pick up a little garbage outside. I mean, ain't nothing hard. Ain't nothing that the boy can't do. Pick up a little bit of trash. You come from a queen, you ain't nobody. I mean, come on, man. It's a little dirt. Pick it up.
All right, that's Tony. He's a very passionate listener. Thanks a lot, Tony. You always share some very interesting stories with us. Seems like we have another caller here. We're going to take this caller here before we move on to our guest, Fushka Ashole. Good night, caller. Your life. What's your opinion?
Well, listen, yeah, good night, my name is Frank.
Good night, Frank.
I know what everybody here talking about. They got a simple solution to all these problems.
Do you think we have a drainage problem?
No.
So our drains work fine?
Yes.
So what is the solution?
The solution is buckets. We need more buckets here.
Buckets, he says. Yeah, I'm interested to hear what you have to say
listen,
about buckets.
when the rain comes out, right, my roof is real dodgy. I got a lot of holes I think. I call the carpenter, he won't come lazy, bro. Anyway, I got a lot of holes in my roof. Go on, I outside my yard get 3 or 4 of them buckets, go on and get from buying things, you know what I mean? I put that buckets, go on, buckets catch water. I then I turn around and I had bath water. I'd be able to have water in the buckets, yeah.
Alright, Fred, thanks a lot.
Yeah, good night, man. Good night. You stay safe, yeah?
Good night. Thanks a lot, Fred. That was an interesting, that's an interesting comment. We're going to really look into that, getting buckets to assist with our drainage problem. We want to thank again our sponsors for the night, Automotive Parts, where you can get the same part somewhere else much cheaper. Remember, folks, shop there. We're going to move on to our guest tonight. He's a very important person here. He's very educated. He's an African engineer. His name is Fushka Ashole. He moved from Nigeria about 20 years ago. He went off to the UK to study mechanical engineering. You went into building drainage systems for water parks and other development. And we're very interested in hearing what he has to say to us tonight. Maybe educate our people. Good night, Fushka. How are you doing?
Hello, good night, and a great welcome to you from the motherland.
Good night, Mr. Ashole.
Yes, what I want to say tonight is that the government here needs to step up and help with the flooding. They are sitting down on their lazy bums in their soft chairs.
But this is rude. I think we're getting another call here. We're just going to take this one before we go any further. Hello, good night. Call of your life. What's your opinion?
You was a blast in the hour. What you know about government? You country is so much political turmoil, everything. Look, wrong government, this government, that. When was the last president you had? The last president you had? That's somebody, you know something about president. That's somebody had about 30 years. You know what's about president?
Caller. Well, sorry about that, folks. The caller just broke up. That's very unfortunate for us to lose that call. Continue, Mr. Ashole. What is your opinion? In the last 3 weeks you have been here, and I guess you would have experienced the rains that we had. What's your opinion on our drainage system here in Barbados? And what can you say to the agents to help improve it?
Hey! That last caller there, he was very rude. He was very rude, but that's okay. That's okay. I come to this country to offer very good advice, okay? This is what I say to you. The government get up and help the people with the flooding, yes? The government spend some money and give to the people and they clear the drains, okay? And after that, I have one better suggestion. The community, yes, should come together and clear their drains. Because it's a simple thing, it's your neighborhood. Why not take care of where you live? You live inside your house, you keep your house clean, you keep the trash outside. It is still your neighborhood, and I think you should keep the entire place clean. Come outside as a group and clean your neighborhood. Get together, make a rally, do something important for your country.
So what?
If you have all these micro neighborhoods that are keeping other neighborhoods dirty, then the whole entire of the country would be dirty.
So what you're trying to say is that we need to educate, find different systems, put systems in place to educate our countrymen about waste management and assisting with clearing their own drains, as the government can't do everything. We can't respond to every single call. I thank you very much for your input. Anything else you want to leave with the callers before we end this program tonight, Mr. Ashole?
Abule!
Alright, that was Fushka Ashole. Thank you very much once again, listeners, for tuning in to WITH News, where you can get the latest news. We're going to speak about the latest topics affecting our country. Our sponsors for tonight, want to thank them again. Automotive Parts, where you can get the same parts somewhere else, much cheaper. Join us again next week, where we're going to have some more interesting topics to follow, more interesting callers. Thank you very much. Have a great night.